Here we are in the new Model Y Juniper. This is a dream come true. I've been waiting to test drive the Model Y Juniper since whenever news of the model became publicly available. The car started arriving in showrooms from January or February onwards, but it's only now that I've been able to get my hands on one. This is an all-wheel drive that we're driving today. The color is white, the interior is black, and I'm dressed to match the car that we're driving today. White and white. And coming from a Model 3 Highland into the Tesla Model Y Juniper, I must say the look and feel of it is quite similar, except it feels like I'm sitting in a Model 3 Highland on steroids. A Model 3 Highland that's been taking steroids for quite a long time. I mean, it is a pumped up Model 3. I can feel it. It sits high on the ground. You have this feeling of size, and yes, it is a big car. Oh, the look and feel of it is quite like Model 3. It's an amazing car. It's big, it's luxurious, it's sturdy, and it's the latest Tesla. So let's have a look at the features of the Model Y Juniper. Let's do a quick walk around. First, we can do the exterior and then look at the inside as well. So what size of wheels do we have here? These are 20-inch alloys, not so much recommended from a comfort point of view. I'd prefer the 19-inch instead. The 20-inch looks good, but doesn't offer as comfortable a ride as the 19-inch. And there you see the sleek wraparound LED light bar that's so characteristic of modern EVs. And the Model Y Juniper has done exactly that. Put in a light bar on the front and on the rear. However, note that that's not the real headlamp. The headlamps are underneath the matrix headlights. But that's a real clean exterior. And the important thing to note is that there is no logo on the front bonnet, no Tesla logo, which gives it a very clean look. The other thing to note here is the front bumper camera, which is unique to this class of vehicle in the Tesla range. The Model 3 Highland does not have it, but front bumper camera enables full self-driving in future. It's really required for a 360-degree view all around the car. There's a Ryanair flight going right overhead while we look at the Tesla Model Y Juniper. Again, walking around the car, not much difference from the previous Model Y with regard to the repeaters, the indicators. There's some aesthetic elements to the wing mirrors. You can see this groove over here for better aerodynamics. And that's really the key feature of the Model Y Juniper. Better aerodynamics, better structural rigidity, better sound insulation, better efficiency coming from the improved aerodynamics, of course. The batteries on offer in the short range and long range models still remain the same, so no change with respect to that. We come to the rear. So here's the rear camera. And again, the light bar over here. And what's unique again with the light bar on the rear of the Model Y Juniper is the fact that it's a projected light. It projects the light from the panel underneath, so it's not direct lighting but projected. So you can see with the brake lights on, that's the brake light, but the light bar, the light is reflected from the body of the car, so that gives an awesome effect, especially at night. That's pearlescent white paint here which glints in the sun. Again, looking at the roof line, that's the rear windshield, and then the single piece of glass that runs all the way to the front of the car. And again, Tesla's done some better light protection on the roof panel, so it reflects light and keeps the interior cool. Let's look at the interior of the car now. Again, the fit and finish is not too different from the Model 3 Highland. There is the ambient light strip which runs all through the interior, starting from the door onto the dashboard. What's unique about the glass, the frameless window glass, is the fact that it's double laminated glass, so that contributes to the improved sound insulation. Those are the front left tweeters, the left speakers. In total, the Model Y Juniper has 16 speakers plus one subwoofer. The door is quite nice, quite well finished. Let's hear the clunk of the door as it closes. Did you hear that? I like the sound. It's quite sturdy, gives a sturdy feel. Let's check out the rear door as well. Nice sound, instills confidence. So the front seats again, motorized, adjustable in all directions, height, tilt angle, lumbar support. Well, the standard seat interior, this is the black interior, but Tesla also offers white, as you know. This one's a key difference from the Model 3 Highland. Tesla's brought back the indicator stalk, which was conspicuous by its absence on the Model 3 Highland. The same steering wheel, I would say, but then again, without the buttons for the indicators on the wheel. So on the left you have buttons for the high beam, the windshield washers, and the multi-function scroll wheel, whereas on the right you have cruise control, voice command, and the other functions associated with cruise control or autopilot. The dashboard looks the same. The door paneling looks the same. Well, the storage compartments look exactly the same, as also the bottle holders. Quite deep, generous. Oh, I like the way these close ever so slowly. Looking at the central storage, that's exactly the same as in the Model 3 Highland. Another unique feature is the in-cabin radar, which is located in the panel above, somewhere over here, that detects presence or absence of occupants in the car, which is pretty useful if you've left a baby in the car or a pet. The usual sun visors with the mirror flaps over there on both sides, slightly curved, which fits well with the roof line. And then the single panel glass, which is tinted and supposedly offers better protection from the sun as compared to the outgoing model. You can see in the rear, again, the ambient lights come on the door, That's quite attractive. And I must say, the seats are quite different from the ones in the older Model Y. They are so comfortable. They offer support where they should. And that's expected because the Model 3 offered similar seats. And they've just read that across into the Model Y. So now we're going to go and have a look at the front and the trunk. Let me open the front here. Bingo. And let's walk out and have a look. But there's a front open, and as you can see, it's quite spacious. It's got space for your charging cables, and even a trolley or cabin baggage can go comfortably in here. So that's quite useful. The corners of the front lid or the bonnet are sharper and not rounded as in the Model 3. Now let's go and have a look at the boot. Okay, so open trunk. There it is. And this is a welcome change from the Model 3 because you have this large opening, unlike the Model 3, which is just the trunk lid that opens, and here it's the rear screen as well. This looks quite spacious. That's nice. Some felt layering all over to prevent scratches and chafing as you put in and remove luggage. There's this panel over here with even more storage underneath, and here also a large trolley can fit in while you put the bigger pieces on top, and they go all the way onto the seats. Let's see, probably this can be removed. Yes, this can be removed. And over here as well, you have additional storage space underneath that panel over there for not so bulky things like cables. Let me put this back. Yes, it's got a nice comfy feeling in the back as well. I'm sure I could take a ride hunched up inside here if I wanted to. It would be very cozy in winter, I guess. And this folds down here to protect your luggage in the rear from prying eyes. And over here, that's probably the buttons to fold your seat. So I'm going to do exactly that. There you go. Isn't that amazing? You press a button, the rear seats are motorized. Let's bring that back just by pressing the same button. It's an amazingly quiet experience. There's no noise, primarily because of the excellent sound insulation. We have double laminated glass in the front and in the rear, double rubber seals on the doors. There's a bit of road noise, but that's because we are riding on these giant 20-inch wheels, which are not really my preferred wheel size because you get style, but at the cost of comfort. Again, the interior, the large touchscreen, the charging area for your phone, and the storage compartments, they are all exactly as on the Model 3 Highland. What's different is probably the ambient light strip that spans the dashboard and extends onto the doors. That has a slightly different design, and you can see the panels on the doors, they're slightly different. But apart from that, you're sitting in a Model 3 on steroids. The ride height is excellent. The handling is excellent. I just got the feeling that the turning radius is a tad bit smaller than on the Model 3 Highland. Again, This time, we've not had a chance to push this car to the limits on the Autobahn, which is gliding along at 30 kilometers per hour or less. But I think that's enough to test the true characteristics of this car, or mid-size SUV, if you want to be more prescriptive. Well, the sun is out. It's the end of May, but the interior, thanks to the panoramic sunroof, gives a nice, comfortable feeling inside. Tesla has scored another hit with this particular model, so why wouldn't you buy this car? If I hadn't spent so much for my Model 3 a year ago, I would have bought this car at the drop of a hat. And you can see my Model 3 over there, ultra red. Well, fella, this one's better than you. Well, not really. You'll always be my favorite car.